Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Okay, today we have the special material. The material is about the how to teaching vocabulary and teaching pronunciation. Okay, in the day, I have the partner. The partner is Salvi Ananda. And Salvi Ananda would explain about the teaching vocabularies. Okay, and this today in special, so about this material, and maybe you can check it out in this video and after that. So if you have any question about this material, so you can send your question or your problem into learning. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, thank you. Please you see our video about the presentation of teaching pronunciation and teaching vocabularies. Okay, we would like to explain about teaching pronunciation and then teaching vocabulary. Okay, before we have been introduced about our member in the 12 group. Okay, check it out. Okay, members of the 12 group is number is I am Anis Rohmah Hidayati, and then my partner is Salvi Ananda. Okay, special today we would like to explain about the teaching pronunciation and teaching vocabularies. So this is the funny and interesting material. Okay, in this today in special material about the teaching pronunciation and teaching vocabularies, so there are the table of content, and we would like to share to you all. Okay, this is there are four. It is number one is teaching pronunciation. Okay, teaching pronunciation will be explained by me, and then the practicing, and the next is teaching vocabulary will be explained with Salvi, and then the practicing the teaching vocabularies. Okay, number one is table of content teaching pronunciation. Actually, the table of teaching pronunciation, it is there are more. It is there are a chapter, but as the main chapter is there are four. The number one is the meaning of pronunciation, and the next is the materials in pronunciation teaching, and then the number three principle in pronunciation, and then the next is number four is about strategy how to teaching pronunciation. Okay, and the next is there are two main topic. The main topic is the teaching vocabularies and then teaching the pronunciation. Okay, and this is the table of content teaching vocabularies. Okay, the table of teaching vocabularies. The number one is definition of vocabularies, and then number two is the material of teaching vocabularies, and the third is strategy teaching vocabularies, and the last is assessing vocabularies knowledge. So check it out. Okay, the one page is the introduction and how to about teaching English or the material about the English language, and some more. So English is a language for international communication. The Indonesia government is released the important and of English and has decided that English is compulsory subject at the secondary school level. Since the launch of the curriculum, the teaching of English has been extended to elementary school level. So in English language is the special lesson and may be studied in the elementary school, junior high school, senior high school, and in university. So this is special lesson from each level. Okay, special I would like to explain about the teaching pronunciation. Okay, teaching pronunciation, the meaning of pronunciation. Wow, maybe you know what the meaning of pronunciation. You must remember it. Okay, teaching pronunciation is teaching about the aspect, the influence, meaning of the sentence through segmental phonemes. It is important to teach because pronunciation is basic sub skill in speaking. it is there a correlation, right, with the pronunciation and speaking and vocabulary. So special today have the two main chapter, the pronunciation and vocabularies. So pronunciation and vocabulary it always has a correlation, and then especially in the speaking, right? Okay, speaking, vocabulary and pronunciation has the big correlation if you want to practice. The difficulty of pronunciation. Wow, in the pronunciation skill also has a difficulty if you want to learn, if you want to study, and maybe if you want to practice, and especially in your speaking. And its number one is he must learn to recognize readily and with certainty the various speech sounds occurring in the language. It is man or man, man or man. This is difference. And number second is he must learn to make the foreign sounds with his own organ of speech. It is sound. It is back, back or back, man or man. Wow, it is sound A, O, or some more. He must learn to use those and sound in their proper place in connected speech. In their special connected speech, in ear, it is server is W. It is my name is. It is maybe there is special connected speech like my name is. Okay, there is point if you want to practice about the connected speech. Next, he must learn the proper usage in the matter of the sound attribute or prosodies as they are often called. And the last is he must learn to contain sounds, A, to join each sound of a sequence of the next, and to pronounce the complex sequence rapidly and without stumbling. Okay, this is the difficulty of pronunciation. The material in pronunciation teaching. So there are so many material in pronunciation, but in our PPT or in our paper, this is the special material. It is there are 5 English vowels, English consonant, English diphthongs, stress, and then intonation. So there are 5 material. This is the important material. Okay, and number 3rd chapter, principle in pronunciation. Okay, what the meaning of principle in pronunciation? Do you know? The principle in pronunciation is having a suitable curriculum, being the student center, and then helping learners become self-reliant, and the last is giving opportunities to practice. This is about the teaching, yes, about the concept, the principle. But this according to Penny in this book table. Next. Okay, number 4 is about on strategy to teaching pronunciation. It is many skill in English like speaking, writing, grammar, and listening, and so more. It is always has strategy and want to teach. It is teaching, maybe pronunciation, vocabulary, and so more. So what the strategies in teaching pronunciation? Okay, it is there are 2, right? It is there are 2, and number 1 is drilling, and then the chaining. Okay, just have the 2. Do you know what the meaning of drilling and chaining? Okay, in drilling is main way of pronunciation practice in the classroom. Basic form of drilling involves teachers saying a word or structure and getting students to repeat it. Example, I say love. I say love. Love is different with love. Love and love. So the student must repeat love, student love, love, love. It is like this, drilling, right? Drill and repeat again, and it's like this. Again, the next is chaining. Do you know what the meaning of the chaining? Chaining is used to drill long sentence involving difficulty word and sounds. So chaining is there is difficulty word or maybe difficulty sentence. So it is you must choose the chaining strategies. Okay, it is Chinese strategies. There are 2 kind. It is number 1 is back chain student, and the next is front chain student. So the strategy in pronunciation teaching is there are 2. It is trailing and chaining. Okay, and the next is is the 5th chapter. It is problem of pronunciation. Okay, in the teaching pronunciation, it is there are some problem is you want to teach or maybe you want to study about this material. Okay, there are 3. The problem of teaching pronunciation. The number 1 is what student can hear. Some students have great difficulty hearing pronunciation, whether which we want them reproduce. And number 2 is what student can say. Too many learning of foreign language often present us with the problem of physically unfamiliarity. And the 3 is the intonation problem. Some of us. There are 2 main problems in pronunciation are the pronunciation tends to be neglected, and the number 2 is when it is not neglected, it is tend to be reactive to a particular problem that has arisen in the classroom rather than being strategically and planned. So, and especially if you have the problem about the teaching pronunciation, or maybe you will study teaching pronunciation, it is to back in your body, in your body, because if you want to have different sounds with the other language, and especially what student can say to any learning foreign language, so you must different what the pronunciation in English, pronunciation in British accent, American accent, in India, in Australia, Indonesia, and so more. So this is the important if you want to learn about the pronunciation. Okay, are you get it? Are you get it? Next. Okay, and the number 6 chapter is about pronunciation tests. If you want to assess in pronunciation or maybe pronunciation test, this has the strategy how to testing in your pronunciation chapter. Okay. Okay, and you must look at and you must understanding about the chapter pronunciation test. There are 4. The point 4. Yes, there are 4 points. Number 1 is to measure language proficiency. Okay, to measure language proficiency. And the next, to discover how successful students have been in achieving the objective of 22 across all study. And the next, the diagnose students' strength and weakness in identifying what they know and what they don't know. This is important, right? And the next is to assist placement of student by identifying the stage or part of teaching program most appropriate to their ability. Okay, this is about the pronunciation test. Okay, and the next is the number 7 chapter. The number chapter is about the using media to teaching pronunciation. Maybe in your life, in your thinking, or in your mindset, and there are skill, right, in the English speaking, vocabularies, grammar, writing, and listening pronunciation. Then every chapter, every material or every skill maybe have special using media to teach others. Like maybe using media in teaching pronunciation has a different with using media in the vocabularies or in the grammar or in the writing because of the important. Okay, using media to teaching pronunciation. There are 2, and especially I think so many using media. Number 1 is the nation of audiovisual aids and audiovisual aid. Maybe you can watching the television, watching the film, watching the movie, or you hear all the listening dialogue for English language, maybe in radios, on the television, in YouTube, or in media or some more. So like there is the English language, so you must listen what the how to you understanding about the pronunciation in the dialogue. Okay, and number 2 in film as media for teaching. Right, it is speaking, vocabulary and pronunciation because different movie like in British, American, Australia has the different pronunciation. If you want to improve your skill in pronunciation, you must use the film or the movie in media for the studying and pronunciation. Maybe in your television in Indonesia, it is the movie, right? The movie using English language. H. Okay, do you get it? Yes, there are two, right? If you want to study pronunciation, then as an audio visual, okay, and you must improve your hearing, and then as a film as media for teaching. Okay, next is the relationship between watching film and pronunciation mastery. This is the last material in the teaching pronunciation. The relation between watching film and pronunciation mastery is there is many relationship on correlation between us. So pronunciation, and as if you improve your speaking, if you improve your listening or pronunciation, it is you must often to watch a movie or watch a film, but you must select the whole what the film, what the movie like you're needed in your life and needed in your skill. I think like this. Okay guys, thank you very much. This is about the material about how to teaching pronunciation, and the next chapter, the main chapter is how to teaching vocabulary. So and the teaching vocabularies will be explained by my partner. My partner is Salvi Ananda. So don't forget to check it and then to see the next video. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Salvi Dwi Ananda. I will explain about vocabulary. What is vocabulary? One of the most difficult questions to answer in vocabulary studies is what is a word, and there are a variety of only party satisfactory answer depending on the reason for asking the question. If we want to count how long a book is or how fast someone can speak or read in words per minute, then we need to count seconds. The sentence to be or not to be, that is the question, contain a second. Even though the same word form be occurred with, it is counted each time it occurred. When counting token, it is necessary to decide if we count time. Token, it is necessary to decide if we count item like I'm or we last to taken or run. If we are counting taken in spoken language, do we count and r as taken? And do we count repetition like side as taken? We can only answer this question by explaining our reason for counting. And next, the phenomenon of formulaic language goes by several include performulaic language, formula, lexical phrases, formulaic sequence, or multi-word item. And there are items where the meaning of the part bears no obvious relationship to the meaning of the whole. The most frequent example of this in English are as well as of course, such and such, at and hand, take the piece and serve someone like. How? Next. How shall vocabulary be learned? Many teachers will assume the vocabulary learning stems mainly from the direct teaching of words in the classroom. However, vocabulary learning need to be more broadly based than this. Left us look At first, then of vocabulary meaning, learning, in turn, these terms need to be present in roughly equal proportion in a well-balanced language course. And assessing vocabulary knowledge, tests can have a range of purposes. The first to measure vocabulary size, to measure what has just been learned, to measure what has been learned in a course, to diagnose areas of strength and weakness. Okay.
Okay guys, that is about the presentation about the teaching pronunciation and teaching vocabularies. Thank you to my partner Salvi Ananda. Salvi Ananda has been explained about the teaching vocabularies well. So thank you very much today and see you. Thank you to my friends and to our lecturer. And thank you very much. I hope this material can useful in your life and I think can improve your knowledge about the how to teaching pronunciation and how to teaching vocabularies. Okay, my friend, we say sorry if we have many mistakes when we presentation, when we explain it. I'm sorry we lost the good speaking, but we always improve our speaking skill. Okay, thank you very much, friend. The last for us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you. Have a nice